So today's just more multiplication properties of exponents. So it's kind of similar to yesterday, just taking it a little bit further. So for our problem of the day, the absolute value of 2x plus 5 is greater than 15. The absolute value is already by itself. So that means 2x plus 5 could be greater than 15. Or 2x plus 5 is less than negative 15. Then we solve both sides. So subtract 5. 2x is greater than 10. Divide by 2. X is greater than 5. Over here, subtract 5. 2x is less than negative 20. Divide by 2. X is less than negative 10. If we graph that, at negative 10, it's an open circle going this way. 0, 5. At 5, open circle this way. Okay. So, here's just a little kind of a reminder to help you remember all these rules. So, negative exponents, we flip them, makes it positive. Product of power, so when it's multiplying powers with the same base, you add your exponents. And then when it's a power to a power, we're going to multiply them. So if it was a times m to the n power, you'll multiply them together. And then a power of a product, so that's basically just when it's in parentheses, each thing has to get that exponent. So it's a to the m, b to the n. That should be an m. I think it got cut off. Okay. So this 5 to the 4th squared, that's a power to a power. So we would multiply these. 4 times 2 is 8. So that would be 5 to the 8th. This is a power to a power, so we would multiply these. So that'd be m to the 15th. Power to a power, so 3 halves times 3, that would be 9 halves. So a to the 9 halves. Power to a power, we're just multiplying the exponents. So multiply our numerators, that'd be 3. Multiply our denominators would be 10. This power to a power, 4 times 7 is 28. Power to a power, 5 times 4 is 20. Half times 1/4 is 1/8. This one just switched, a 4 times a half, same thing. That'd be p to the 1/8. Our next one, we would do our power to the power first. So we have y to the 3rd. Y to the 5 halves times negative 2, so that's y to the negative 10 halves. And then these are being multiplied, so we would add them. So 3, 10, so negative 10 halves, that's equal to negative 5. So it's kind of like 3 minus 5, which is negative 2. And then that's really 1 over y squared. Here we're going to do our power to the power first. So we'll multiply those. So we have x squared, and then 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. And then these are being multiplied, so we add our exponents. So that'd be x to the negative 22, which is 1 over x to the 22nd. Power to a power first, 5/3 times 3 is just 3, and then we would add these because they're being multiplied. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So w to the first, or just w. This one, here's our power to a power, so we're going to multiply those first. So that would be positive 5 halves. And then we have s to the 3 halves. And then we will add these because they're being multiplied. 5 plus 3 is 8. So s to the 8 halves, which 8 over 2 is 4. So we could just write that as s to the 4th. Back over here. Okay, so this one, this 3 has to go to everything. So 4 to the 3rd power, and then this is like a power to a power, so we would multiply it. So half times 3, that's 3 halves. And then 4 to the 3rd power, 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So we could put that as 64 m to the 3 halves. Here, everything gets this to the power of 3. So 7 to the 3rd power, this is a power to a power, so we multiply. 9 times 3 is 27. And then 7 to the 3rd power, 7 times 7 times 7 is 343. So 343 m to the 27th. On this one, everything gets that -4. We could really just flip it actually to begin with. I feel like that's almost easier. So it's 2z to the 4th. So we don't have that negative. And then everything gets the 4th power. So 2 to the 4th power, z to the 4th power. 2 to the 4th power, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So 1 over 16 z to the 4th. And yeah, let's do the same thing here. Flip it first, so we get rid of that negative. So 3g to the 4th squared. Everything is squared. So 3 squared is 9. And then 4, 2, that's a power to a power. So we will multiply it. And 4 times 2 is 8. So 9g to the 8th. 1 over 9g to the 8th is our final answer. Back over here, we'll do our power to a power first. Half times 10, so half of 10 is 5. So into the 5th. Here, everything gets this third power since it's in parentheses. So 4 to the 3rd, m to the 3rd. That was a negative 2/3. Yeah, negative 2/3. So negative 2/3 times 3 is negative 2. Okay, so now we're going to simplify this. Well, I guess first, these are being multiplied, so let's add them. And we have 4 to the 3rd. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Into the 5th times into the negative 2, that's going to be into the 3rd. And then m to the 3rd from here. So 64 into the 3rd, m to the 3rd. Okay, we're going to do our power to the power first. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And then everything to the 4th power. So 3 to the 4th, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. And then x to the 4th, this is power to a power, so we multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. Then these two are being multiplied, so we would add them. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0, though. So it's just 81 y to the 20th, because those cancel each other out. All right, here, power to a power first. 5 halves times, well, everything's 4th. So 3 to the 4th is 81. 5 halves times 4 is 10, because 5 times 4 is 20, divided by 2 is 10. And then 2 times 3 is 6. And then we can add these together, so 81 c to the 16th. Our last one, everything to the 3rd power. So 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. A to the 3rd, b to the 3rd. And then everything in here is squared. 5 squared is 25. This is a power to a power, so we'll multiply a to the negative 6. Now we can multiply these together. 216 times 25 is 5,400. Our a's, a to the 3rd and a to the 6th, we add those, they're being multiplied, so a to the negative 3rd, b to the 3rd. This negative exponent, we're going to flip to the bottom. So that goes down. So 5,400, b to the 3rd on top, and the a to the 3rd goes to the bottom.